Good day, wonderful viewers. You're welcome to your darling station, Living TV. Today we are back again. Remember, this is your favorite program, Nigeria Today. When we talk about Nigeria Today, we are talking about the happenings, talking about all the trending events and news. And that's what we'll be talking about. And then we have your professional discussants. They are all here to look into the issues as they trend today. From my far left, I have St. Moses Ogbonna. St. Moses Ogbonna is a lawyer and a philosopher. St. Moses, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Welcome, Nigerians.
I also have, after him, Barrister Kingsley Chimenka Wudara. Barrister Chimenka Wudara is a practicing lawyer and a public affairs analyst. Barrister, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. You're welcome, viewers.
And next to him is Saint Dennis, another saint in the midst. But we are yet to find out whether this one is blasphemy or real saint. We'll find out soonest. And this is Saint Dennis Obane. Saint Dennis Obane is a journalist and a public relations consultant. Saint Dennis, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me. Hello, viewers, and welcome to the program.
And your darling anchorman, Chinedum Adelezia. Today, we are going to start with the happenings in Nigeria. Today, we are starting with Engineer Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, who says he will defect from Buhari. Why did he say that? He said that the federal government allowed corruption to thrive in all the ministries, departments, and all the agencies in Nigeria. And this is coming from Kwankwaso. I want to start with you, Barrister St. Moses Ogbonna. Why would Kwankwaso accuse the federal government of allowing corruption to strive in Nigeria?
You see, our president, Muhammad Buhari, was a head of state when Idiabo was the supreme headquarters. And at that time, we saw corruption being fought to the teeth. We saw what we called war against indiscipline. Before corruption was added to it, but that time it was war against indiscipline. And our president now was the head of state there. And I am one of the persons that told anybody that Buhari, Idiabo was the person that was fighting corruption, not Buhari there. Everybody there thought I was joking. I was a student there at the University of. In fact, we saw corruption being fought with every equipment. We saw people queuing to the line without anybody asking them to queue up. We saw Nigeria, the Nigeria of our dreams. Because we never knew the difference between Idiabo. In fact, at that time it was being called Idiabo's regime. we thought we had the president now as the fighter of corruption there. That was why when he came up as a canvasser for being a president of this country, everybody accepted him to fight corruption. Today, Kwankwaso is saying exactly what many of us are saying, that the Buhari we knew then appears not to be the Buhari that is now. We are now seeing corruption arming itself to fight Nigerian, disciplined Nigerians. No longer Nigerians fighting corruption. It is now corruption armed to the teeth in different names. We have corruption in different names. We have corruption as bandits. We have corruption as cattle roasters. We have corruption as Mietiala. We have corruption as bandits. We have them as Boko Harams. And all we are receiving for our president is we are on top of the situation. So if Kwankwaso is saying he's differing from Buhari, and if it is on that basis, if we had not known Kwankwaso to be Kwankwaso and whom he is, that enough can give us to begin to vote for him. But if Kwankwaso is a Kwankwaso we know, and a Kwankwaso that will tell us whom he is, other than Kwankwaso that will differ from Buhari, we will say, let him come further. Let we know him. Let we see if we can vote for him.
All right, thank you. Barrister Owodara, do you think what Kwankwaso is saying is in tune with Nigerians' view?
Well, I heard you say Kwankwaso accused. I wouldn't want us to use the word accusation. Kwankwaso was only making a statement of facts. Every Nigerian, both the kid, if it's necessary to use, I may even include the unborn, know that this regime has taken corruption to the highest level. We voted to change the government of President Jonathan because the propaganda APC had then was that Jonathan's government was corrupt. We wanted a change, and they promised us change. Unfortunately, we didn't ask for change. We didn't know that the change was taking corruption to the highest level. If we must be sincere, my brother, Nigeria has descended so low that corruption now is a norm in Nigeria.
Okay, corruption is now a norm in Nigeria. We'll still get back to you. St. Dennis, you heard what the lawyer said about corruption in Nigeria, and do you think the Nigerians thought alongside with Mr. President when he said a change? Did anybody ask for the type of change? Because if you're talking about change, I think since he came in, there have been change.
There have been changes. That's right. But then let me beg to differ from what they said, the lawyers. You know, they're lawyers, so they can say that. I think that what is happening is a political gimmick. What Kwankwaso, whatever it's called, is doing is political gimmick. You know, these politicians, they study people, they know the kind of message you want to hear. They know what you need. So for them to appeal to you, they will go directly to the needs. What he's doing now is building sentiment. He wants to have the voting publics support him, like him. Because if he doesn't say that, now everybody knows that this administration is a failure. All right? And so for him to gain acceptance, what they have to do is to begin to attack the government. Are they not part of what is happening? I mean, the entire North seems to have supported Buhari, supported the presidency, what they're doing. So why is it that it is now that they want to run for presidency? He remembers that there has been corruption. He remembers that things are not fine. Why is it? Why didn't he say this all along, that he wants to differ? So let nobody be deceived. Nigerians should not be deceived. They are all one and same thing. Politicians, no matter the party, no matter the shade of opinion they're coming from, they're all the same. So let us face it. Now talk about change. Yes, of course there's been change. Tremendous change in the society. You know, the dollar used to exchange at 360. And now it is changing at 627 naira. Isn't that a change? It's a change. A bag of rice used to be how much? But 7,000. But today it is 35,000 naira. It's a change. It's a change. So there have been changes since this administration came on board. So what we are saying is that Nigerians we are lied to. It's a political gimmick. When these people talk, we need to listen deeply to what they say. And then we also need to look at the antecedents. Like Barrister Moses said here, the Buhari we saw then is not what we're seeing here. It was Abia who was fighting war against corruption. All right, so the one we're seeing now is not the same thing.
All right, St. Moses, you said something about that. You said something about the level of corruption and the Buhari we talked about then and the Abia. Now we have this Buhari here. With what is happening and the way Nigeria is, does it imply the saying and agitation of most of the Southeasterners about the Islamization agenda?
Yeah, you see, it's not easy to have a change. It's not very easy to have a change. When a change is institutionalized the way it is now, when corruption has been institutionalized, the corrupt government we want to perpetuate itself. We have Christians and the Muslims in this country. Christians are not even Southeast. There are Southeasterners that are Muslim. At least I have my friend Alhaji Musa Ihakram. Ihakram is not an Hausa person. It's my brother from Isiala Wasat. We have a lot of, I have another Muslim that was a commissioner in this place. So, we don't say that Southeasterners are Christians. No, okay. We have Muslims here. Suleiman Okandu from Omai. He's my brother and my friend. Very good friend at that. He's a Muslim. If you tell him about Christianity, he will tell me, Saint, I'm not coming to your church. And he will invite me to his mosque. I'll tell him, Suleiman Okandu. I even call him Suleiman Takoma when we got him. So I won't come to your mosque. He said, I know why. So if anybody is saying Southeasterners are Christians and not Muslims, it's not true. We have Muslims in Southeast. This country believes that there are dual religious groups, the Islamic group and the Christian. And the constitution of this country has made it possible for us to recognize this dual Christian formation, dual religious formation, to recognize it. And because the constitution of this country has created a system where there can be zoning, rotation, and they call it federal character. That means that this federal character includes if a president comes from the Muslim religion, the vice should come from the Christian religion. That was why when President Obasanjo was the president, his deputy or his vice Was Atiku a Muslim? Obasanjo, Christian. Atiku, Muslim.
All right, before
we are saying that having a Muslim agenda has heightened the fear of the Christians.
Okay, holding the St. Moses. Council, Barrister, I wonder, why are people so serious? It looks as if there is an awakened consciousness of this Muslim, Christian issue. Because I remember the time of this Abiola, it was Muslim ticket, and nobody was worried about that. Why has it heightened now?
All right. The division has never come to the fore like it is today. Buhari made everybody know where he belongs. Okay. If this current administration could employ, who is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria other than Muhammad Buhari? No, the president is no other person than Buhari. You don't tell me presidency and president. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is Muhammad Buhari and no other person. He employs his people. When you go to security, architecture, everybody there is a Muslim. I'm from the north. Forget about the little change that we witnessed a few days ago. But that is a pitch of salt. We know what happens. Talk about every appointment. Who do you see get appointments? Who administers the state? Every parastatal, every agency who takes control of them, the Muslims. Why wouldn't there be fear? And now, in a situation, you have heightened the division of these two major religions in Nigeria to this height. You are now presenting before Nigerians also a ticket that presents people from the same religion. Well, it gives people reason to say that somebody has an agenda to Islamize Nigeria.
Okay. Let's just take it. St. Dennis, when we are talking about these certificate, even in this present administration, the current administration is not the same. Is not the same. We have a Muslim and a Christian. Why are we still lamenting?
Very simple. Like Barrister Mudara was just saying a few minutes ago, never in the history of Nigeria did any man so vehemently project tribalism, nepotism like in this administration. For the first time, we see a leadership that want to exalt the Fulani nation above the rest of Nigeria. And they're not hiding it. They're not pretending about it. From the appointments and even to the portfolios itself. And these are the core requirements for a nation to be called an Islamic nation. So we need to understand this. This is the background. Some of the conditionalities is that all principal offices must be held by Muslims.
Are you saying that the vice president, who is a Christian, the number two?
The vice president will only Nigerian constitution does not really assign any function to the vice president. We must understand
in the absence of the president.
Yes, in the absence of the president. So when you have the chief of army staff is Muslim, you have the inspector general of police is Muslim, you have custom, you have immigration, you have chief justice of the federation, everything. So when they now come to say the president and the vice must be Muslims, they have now come openly to say, yes, we're a Muslim nation. You go through the Bible, through the Nigerian constitution, you will never hear or see the Bible written there. You will never see Jesus. But Islam, Sharia, what's the name of this court? You know the court?
Sharia court.
Okay, the Sharia court. All these things are there in the constitution. So when they are now coming openly to tell you that Nigeria is an Islamic nation, and this is why people are now saying, no, it's not true. And one more thing, the North have always told us they have more population. But that's a fallacy. It's a fat lie. When you go to the north, when they're doing census, how many Igbo people are there in the north? Do they come back to the east? They don't come back. All the northern states, when you are talking about census, it is the Igbos there. Because any state you go to, immediately after the natives, the highest population are the Igbos.
All right, that's the much we're going to take on that. Shortly before we go on break, I want us to look at what is happening, the economic and social activities. All right, before we go on here, I want our viewers to call in. Tell us how you feel. Give us your opinion about what we're discussing. You can also tell us your position about the discussions going on here. The number to call is 091-682-84994. I'll take it again, 091-682-84994. Call us and also air your view. We're here. All right, let us look at recently in Imo State. And it has continued even until yesterday, and then before yesterday, it has continued. Economic and social activities were grounded in Imo State as a result of the slain youth. We talked about it here on this same program, and then the governor of Imo State said that those guys are bandits. And yet their relations, especially an eyewitness who witnessed what happened, who was paid amongst the 14, came out to say he was there. He saw it. Though he took them to where the traditional wedding ceremony took place, and before he was released. But what about those slain? The Masop are crying. Every other person in Imo, they are all crying, saying that the Ebubago must be stopped. Ebubago is only predominant in Imo and Ebonyi State. That's right. We've not seen them here. So, Barrister St. Moses, you are a lawyer. Barrister Chimenka, you are a lawyer. If these guys were accosted for any reason, we are then not supposed to be handed over to the police, maybe for prosecution and so on. Is that not double justice or what?
You see, I don't understand the governor of Imo State. You see, when I look at him, listen to the things he does and he says, it appears to me he is the voice of Jacob on the hand of
Esau.
He is a governor that has been enthroned by the Fulani oligarchy to perfect an agenda in Imo State. You see, I've never seen a governor who appears very unconcerned in matters that are concerned, that affect the people he governs. I was listening to the interviews of the relations of the slaughtered 40.
Okay.
Even though there had been other related killings and slaughterings in Imo State, I begin to feel that the governor should be called to order. Let us know whether he is an Igbo man or he has an agenda to execute. If the 14 boys that were slaughtered by Ebuba Okay.
Go ahead.
If the 14 persons that were
please call us back. Call us back. We're here for you. Go ahead.
If the 14 persons that were slaughtered in Imo, where there is a sitting state governor, and the only thing the governor can be heard to say is that they are bandits, and these persons are saying, my people were arrested and were taken to the office of Ebubago.
No, the only survivor there said he was the one who recognized the head of the Ebubago, called him by his name, and said, don't kill me. We are not criminals. These are my brothers. We are coming back from a traditional marriage. And that was the only one. By then they had killed these other ones.
And
so
they also say
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You're welcome to Living TV Nigeria Today. But we know you and where you're calling from.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, do you have any contribution on this program today? Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Well, sir, I am
Where are you calling from, please?
from
Okay, okay.
Yes, so please, can you help us, Governor, to do everything for us to go back to school? I'm a student in Abia State.
Okay.
So please, I love the program.
Thank you.
And I like people who are speaking, who talk the truth.
Okay.
I like that it's a motive. I don't know.
Thank you.
These are the people that in United States that speak the truth. Please.
Okay.
Please, we want to go back to school.
Yeah, if you have been a constant viewer or listener to this program, you'll know that we talked about, in fact, that was exclusively what we did yesterday. It all concerned Abia Polytechnics. And we know the governor has a listening ear and they are doing something about it, and even the tax was set up. So something is being done about that. Just relax, very soon and we are sure the students will go back to their classes.
And we will inform
Yes,
you.
I know with people who live in TV will go back to school. And I know with Pastor Moses and you. So I know we'll do that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, God. God bless you. Just keep listening and keep watching. Yes. All right, let's, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so Moses, we are still on Imo, the slain youths in Imo State.
Yes, you see, whether anybody likes it or not, the youths have woken up. If we want this country to survive, and I know we will survive, we should listen to the youth. We should not be antagonists to them. We should not be brutal to them. If they bargain, after going to the compound of the people that did the person that had his wound, according to an alleged information, that they pursued, following the drops of the blood to the compound of where they
Had the traditional wedding.
and shot the boy in that compound. Burnt the compound. Means that the agenda of the Bubago is not the same as what they want
As
us
alleged.
to believe. If it is true that the Bubago pursued them to that place, ought to have informed the Bubago that these boys they shot on the street came from a place. So shooting them is what we want the government to look into. Otherwise, I know that the Constitution says that you do not hold the governor accountable for what he did while in office. But we will begin to appeal to the National Assembly to amend it. And I believe, as a lawyer, that immunity is only when in the
popular
Media.
the populace, the people on the street. Yes. Killing without trial, we call it jungle justice. In this instance, the boys were not told that they were trying to evade arrest. We were not also told that they were caught in the act. Even if they are alleged or were alleged to be criminals, whoever they were, their identity has not been made clear. But coming to tell us that Ebubago, I don't know about Ebubago as an outfit. We know that Ebubago was an idea mooted by the Southeastern governors in one of their meetings in Enugu. I don't know if any state government has passed a law legalizing that outfit. If it has, what are their limits?
They can't even prosecute anybody.
Were they armed to shoot aside? Yes, you said they are bandits, they are criminals. Were they also not entitled to be prosecuted, told their crime? These were men coming from somewhere, leaving their houses with families, children and wives, aged and young. Just murdered them in broad daylight.
And they call you by name, say, we recognize you, we are coming from so place. Is that not enough to say, okay, let's go to verify where you say you claim you are coming from?
But whatever has happened, I believe as the days go by, we will get to know the true pictures,
yes,
and the true story.
All right, and then is just 30 seconds. You're a youth, you know what it is. So, what do you think?
So we are not youth. Am I not youth?
Okay, yes. I think that what has happened has a way of telling us we have to be awake, alive. We have a leadership that is not caring about her people. When they were talking, something came to my mind. If they were close enough to us talking with these people, why didn't they arrest them and then give them an opportunity to defend themselves? This is why I'm interested. You know, in law, you are presumed to be innocent, at least until when proven otherwise. Okay, it's inside the law.
Citing.
Oh no, sorry. No, but I have your back in your So, if this is so, why were they not given opportunity to defend themselves? And then when convicted, they could then be sentenced, but they just summarily killed them. That's by the way. And then it makes people like us to begin to fear the so-called state police. Because I am beginning to think that if granted we have state police, this is the kind of thing we'll be seeing.
Yes.
A governor will not be a demigod.
Yes.
His word will be law. If he doesn't like your face, they will go after you. No, but that's the way it goes.
Yes.
If he doesn't like you or you say something he doesn't like,
give you a bad name and then
give a dog a bad name and then you kill it.
All right, wonderful viewers, that is where we are, and we are going to be back. Definitely, we are going to experience a little break. Just stay there. Remember, Living TV. Don't touch the dial. We'll be back soon.
software programming, mobile and web app development, audio production, graphic designing, digital animation, special effects, social media management. Entry qualifications. Candidates must possess 5 credits in WASICAM GCE, NAPTEB or equivalent. We have the following technical infrastructure for students' skills acquisition: an art theater well equipped for modern digital television and radio studios open for hire to the public, an audio suite for music production, soundtracks, sound effects, jingles and voice over voiceover, etc. Our 50 feet by 40 feet chroma studio, largest in Africa for special effects. World-class rendering facilities for post-production rendering, animation and cartoon technology. Assorted professional cameras, drones, etc. A film village with epic and village houses for theater arts and epic films making. Our studies are skill-oriented with well-qualified academic and technical teachers. We also admit students on industrial training and internship from other institutions. Professional license will be issued to graduates to practice as professionals by Bollywood, a registered professional organization for filmmakers. Wow! What are you waiting for? Rush now and obtain our admission form with 2,000 naira only at our main campus, number 1 Judges Road, 5th floor, former UBA House by NEPA, Waterside Descent, Aba, Abia State, Nigeria, or visit our website, livingradio.com.ng, the academy, www.livingtvfilmacademy.com, email livingtvfilmacademy@gmail.com, or call 0805 367 3900 or 0816 641 1400. Signed, Registrar.
Wonderful viewers, welcome back, and our discussants today are the people you know to be professionals in their various fields. St. Moses Obona, Barrister Chimen Kadara, and St. Dennis Ubani. We are all here. We are back again. Recently, we know there have been primaries has come and gone, and then candidates also selected. But there are trending issues as we speak this day. There are some people who are facing disqualification in their various by INEC as a result of a double application or nomination. There are some who applied for Senate. When the Senate failed, they are now going back to Federal House, others for presidency, and then coming back to Senate. The issue of Akpabio is what we're going to look at, and then other sundry issues concerning that. I will come to you, Barrister Omudara.
All right. I think our electoral process is evolving. It's developing in the right direction. What we have now, you can say, is an institution that is working. We have tested it in 1 or 2, 3 places, and it is giving the people confidence to be part of this process. The issue of a man, a person contesting as a presidential candidate, when he loses, he comes down to contest as governor or as a senator. It shouldn't be seen. In fact, it can only happen in societies like Nigeria. Well, I think the new amended electoral act, Section 115D of the Electoral Act as amended takes care of that. That is why people like Akpabio can no longer make so much noise. Yes, he's in court, but I know he wouldn't get anything from there. Lawan his case was settled, I think that was yesterday or day before yesterday. He went to court and the court ruled against him.
Even as we speak in Delta, PDP has no candidate.
Yes, currently they have no, their own is a different thing, but it's part of the evolving nature of our electoral acts. Well, whatever, that is just nomenclature. I think that is just mere nomenclature. It doesn't affect any law. But the law I'm talking about now is obtaining a form, being a part of the process. At the end of that journey, you also have another hidden form. You begin another journey. Possibly somebody has emerged there. You now tell you
2 or 3 forms at the go.
Yes, because you think you're a heavyweight, or these ones are your boys. We can't operate in this kind of system and expect progress.
No, but I think some of them are smart. There is something played out like in Abia State, a situation where actually they picked 2 tickets, all right, 2 forms. But they did not, what I say is that they did not participate, they did not contest in the primaries. Like in the case of Abaribe picked for governorship under PDP. But he also picked a form for Senate.
No, that was what happened.
That's a different case.
That was what happened.
Fine, no, but he picked 2 forms.
No,
one for governorship.
It was, he withdrew in the process.
Fine.
The form you're talking about now he wasn't a member of that party. Abga.
Okay.
When they came to him and wove him into their party,
okay,
they now offered him.
You may not know when he picked that. You may not know when he picked the ticket.
Okay, gentlemen, please. Let's go to
Hold their temperature, sir. Let's give him a scenario that portrays what he's saying. In Abia Central, one Dalente Nwokocha picked a form in PDP for senatorial election. At the same time, he picked another form for House of Representatives in PDP for House of Reps. That's what is battling. The Constitution and the Senate.
Presidential and Senate, yes.
In the same party?
In the same party. The Electoral Act, as amended, says you are not a candidate. Even if INEC, by whatever way they do it, clears you, the law will not clear.
Okay, I had wanted to ask this, the place of the law in this, but I think it has been cleared. Now, as it is, in situations like this, don't we think that the people who are doing this, just because of the level of governance and the type of governance in Nigeria, especially at this part of the globe, that is why we say this. How can a particular person want to obtain a form for 2 positions? Okay. Is that not great, sir?
Yeah, that's actually part of what I was going to say then. You see a situation where there's no a level playground. There's no level playground. You know, all along, like one of my colleagues here said, that this understanding is a gentleman understanding. Actually, it's not constitutional when you talk about federal character. Now, when PDP zoned at a time to the west, and then at another time, like now, it went to the north. And people have expected that at this very time, justice, equity, and fairness should have made APC to zone to the southeast. Now, if an aggrieved member says, look at the environment, the southeasterners are not being recognized, are we still part of Nigeria, and then this aggrieved member leaves and goes to another party, it is not offend any law. This is, people like P2B had wanted to contest under the PDP. You will remember. But when he saw that he was not going to get justice, he left on time and went to Labour.
So Dennis, I think you are making a mistake. The case of P2B is very different. P2B contested in PDP.
Did he?
Yes.
He did not.
No, he did not. Expressed
expression of interest.
Yes, interest in PDP. Bought a form. When he saw it wasn't, because whether anybody likes it or not, tickets are given.
Okay.
Tickets is the party that determines. That's why they say the party is supreme. P2B said that he was not going to have
justice. Justice.
He withdrew on time and went over to Labour Party. That's a different.
Which is quite different from what Ababio did.
What Ababio did is that after picking ticket in APC
for presidency.
No, picking form.
For presidency, picking form from APC. Like Darlington, my brother, picked in PDP. And I saw that the ticket in
PDP.
Are you a PDP?
Well, I wouldn't want us to go into that and discuss whatever. The right of choice resides with the candidate.
Yes.
Whoever emerges as the presidential candidate determines who goes with him. Yes, the party, in their wisdom, maybe to also make sure there will be no rancor in the process, set up a panel to distill whoever will be chosen. But none of us know the antecedents of Wike. Wike even on earth said he's a madman. And who presidential candidate will want to work with a madman?
Sorry, sir, I wouldn't want you to say that. please, I wouldn't want you to say that.
You all, before we continue, I want to announce to you that whatever opinion ADA is purely the individual's opinion,
Yes.
and has nothing to do with the Living TV opinion.
Yes.
I want you to know that.
What I want us to know is that for Atiku not to choose Wike does not mean he does not trust Wike or does not believe in Wike. He chose his words that he wants to pick a person he can work with, not somebody who does not believe in PDP or the agenda he is carrying. And I think Wike himself is not angry, because you choose your friends. Like he said, it is upon the candidate to choose whom he can work with. He does not say, Wike is a pillar in PDP. Wike is one person, even Atiku loves and believes in. He will have other things to work with Wike in. But I don't think he...
As far as running mate.
Running mate is concerned.
Yeah, but I'm thinking differently. I think that Atiku just said what Tinubu said. Tinubu told Nigerians and they, whoever cares to listen, that he shows Shetima based on what did he say? Competence. All right. So he chose another northerner based on competence, and that was an insult to the Christians in this nation. By that, I'm cognizant. By that statement, all he said was that there is no Christian with character or competence that could have gone with him.
Tinubu had no choice of his own.
No, but at least we're going by what he said.
Tinubu was a force upon APC. If you look at the body language of Mr. President, he never wanted to choose Tinubu. He wanted to choose somebody he also can work with.
Fine, that's what we're saying. No. So let us judge Tinubu. Let's judge him by his own words. By his own words, what he said.
When PDP wasn't Atiku wasn't a force.
I'm very happy with the choice of APC. Automatically, he's talking about the Muslim ticket.
He has that choice. He is happy with the choice because Tinubu, or the presidential candidate of APC, has no power and force to remove the Islamic agenda of APC. APC needed to have a person, a force, a power that will assist them to further the Islamic agenda of APC. And that is why Shetima was brought in. Who is Shetima? Go into his
records. Antecedents.
You see whom he is.
Okay, now yes, because of our time equally. Outside this, if you look at these the Muslim ticket and what Mr. President is saying, does it mean that the party has no right to choose who the vice or running mate of a party is? Must it be the chosen candidate of the party that will choose a person, even if it's against the opinion of the masses?
The party is supreme. If the
if we are talking about articles, because the party, by what they did, by the whatever system they use in choosing a running mate, would have been weaker.
Yeah,
But come out openly to say this is the person he can. That means it is his personal choice.
I agree.
Then what's the position of the party?
Listen, the position of the party never informed anybody that they chose Wike.
Yes, they never did.
They never did. So when it was the turn of the party to voice out, and the article says it is Okowa, the party remained mute. Like the APC party remained mute on the Muslim ticket. And whatever happens, we will take it. It is the party that agreed that it is either Okowa in the case of APC and or Shetima in the case of Atiku.
Barrister, what
their body language.
No, there's nothing like body language. Forget about body language. Anybody that comes in executes what he wants to do.
Okay.
So
it's not the party, but the individual.
Yes, it belongs on the people to either re-elect him or take him out. That is it. We know that a sitting governor, a sitting president can be removed. We have seen it happen in Nigeria. It is the people that determine what happens. Now, in the case of choosing who becomes their running mate, it's solely the act, choice of the president. Much as, or the presidential candidate, much as he must also do that to maintain cohesion, unity
Sir,
in his party.
Do you know there is a difference between a party that has no president, sitting president, and a party that has a sitting president? That a party that has a sitting president, it is the sitting president that is the leader
of the party.
Are you aware of that?
But in NBC, we have a national leader. That is not the president. That's the
national leader now becomes the presidential candidate. Listen, let me tell you, when you have the national leader, it is also different from the president who is sitting. When Jonathan was the president of Nigeria, he was the leader of PDP. Is that not true? And when he wants to return the Republic of Nigeria, who is a member of a ruling party, he is supposed to be the national leader of the party. It does not matter the nomenclature that is given to Tinubu.
All right, gentlemen. 2023 is by the corner, and we know at the globe the job of the media, or the functions of the media, are really relegated to the background. And we also know that in developed democracies, standing for elections is almost like putting yourself on a media magnifying glass. And that is to say, where the whole world will see you, everything about you must be transparent. All and every information about you, are put before the people for them to select, to make their choice, and so on. And that is the function of the media, to ensure that this happens. But considering what we see at this part of the globe, a lot of people shy away
according to the dictates
yes.
of the leadership.
The authority.
We don't know to call it, but the Minister of Information, if you remember what they did to Twitter, simply because Twitter was being used or was used to sponsor NSAS. We see a situation where the ministry is trying to control even what goes to the public. Facebook, WhatsApp, as it is today, is being monitored. We were told that the information is end-to-end encrypted. But however, these people have been given conditionalities under which they must function. Sometimes even Facebook will doctor some information you put there because of the control.
I'm sure you remember during the time of Abacha, you cannot make any public announcement of publication in the newspaper without first of all
submitting to the government
for approval.
So that's really where the challenge is. We need to find a way to battle this government. We need to find a way to keep the press out there going on. And then another challenge is that most of the media we have appears to be owned and run by the South. In the South in this case, I mean the West. So it does not give every part of Nigeria the opportunity to be heard.
Well, thank God for living TV, television and radio, and that one is not owned by the West. It's a more neutral media organization and station.
Okay. Your question is, how do we determine, how do we choose? Okay.
Do you know that? Because VCA is owned by Abia State government, and Abia State government
bring it to living television.
We have in Abia State, in Aba here, we have Real FM. We have about 5 private radio stations in this place. You must not go to 28. How many persons listen to 28?
Okay, that's exactly that. You are getting it right there, Barrister Wundara. That is why I talked about living TV and living radio. In living television is a satellite television. It's not owned by the state and it's not owned by the federal government. It is an international television, and we can always, in as much as we won't allow you to incite, we won't allow you to insult, there will be no combustible statements. But in as much as you are in your view, stating the obvious, this place is free for you. And whatever you say is entirely your opinion and not living TV opinion. Nobody is going to stop you in as much as you are not going to insult anybody. That is why we're here in living TV. Round up before we go, Council.
Well, generally speaking, Nigeria today, we need to be alert. The elections are coming quite soon. It is only an educated populace that can make a right choice.
All right. Some more.
Have your PVC. Get ready. When on that day, we choose whom we want to choose.
St. Dennis?
Yes, I like when Barrister Semosi said we all have to get our PVCs. The only thing I will add is we have to be obedient. Whoever you are, be obedient. That's all I can say.
Our wonderful viewers.
So be articulated.
In your obedience.
Yes, we
have to show obedience. Our wonderful viewers, I thank you for being there. I thank you for being a partner with Living TV. I thank you for watching all our programs. Continue. And remember, Living TV has a Living TV Club. And this Living TV Club will be where personalities, husbands and wives, friends and well-wishers will entertain themselves every Saturday. Every Saturday. Come here to Living TV to inquire about that. And we'll tell you more about that. And so many other programs that you need to be there. Today, from my far left again is St. Moses Obona. St. Moses, thank you for coming to the program.
Thank you, sir.
And Barrister Chimenka Wundara, thank you for coming.
Wonderful viewers, have a wonderful weekend.
And St. Dennis Obane, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. And viewers, we will be here for you always to give you the information as it happens.
All right. This is Chinedu Madiele signing off. Remember, it's Living TV, where we bring the world first to you. In our Living